And welcome to episode number 8 of Chai with Rai. Hopefully, you are having a great Thursday. I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you good. I'm wishing that you have had a great week. Let me just lower down the background music a little bit. Yeah, hope you've had a good week. This has become like kind of like my little getaway, and I'm so grateful that I have received like such nice messages from friends and people out there in regards to these lives. So I really am so thankful to people that reach out and to people that have joined. I just wanted to start this show with a couple of friends of mine and just get them in. And it's kind of turned into this kind of like routine, which I thoroughly enjoy. So just remember that you can go back on all the episodes and watch them. I share them on my IGTV, as well as I'm going to move on to today's guest, which is Mandeep. I'm so excited to have Mandeep on here because I came across her work through the Instagram sphere, only to later on know, as we talked yesterday, that we kind of have a mutual circle of people. So I'm just gonna do a little kind of like, usually I like to do a credit intro, but that's what we have Mandeep here for, to explain everything. But Mandeep is such a beautiful dancer. If you haven't checked her out, make sure to do so. And her Instagram is amazing. She has over 10.8k followers. I did a little algorithm test on your profile, Mandeep, by the way. You have your average videos, by the way, have over 15k views. I don't know if you know that. She's part of a group which is called Phulkaria Girls, or Phulkaria Girls. Hopefully I'm not pronouncing it incorrectly. And she's also part of Tohr PD Punjabi dancers. And she's worked with the likes of Gary, Sandhu, PBN, and more. And we're gonna get you on here. I'm gonna send you a request, and let's get started. Hopefully that was a justifiable intro, but that's what I have you here for. Mandeep, you need to accept that, by the way. Hello!
Hi.
Hi, finally great to see you. I've watched you
Thank you. That was
through.
an amazing intro, by the way. I'm like, oh, wow.
I No, seriously, you've done so much, and
Thank
I
you.
I told you this, that I love to know everybody's credit information and like their history, but it was so
Yeah.
hard to find things for you. I know you've done a lot. I know you've done a lot, but
Yeah.
like just finding everything was like so difficult. But anyway, how are you? How's everything going? Talk to me about your day, and I'm just gonna write in the box below what we're doing today.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just going to put my volume up. There we go. I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's been a busy day, obviously, doing my 9 to 5 job during the day, which is not 9 to 5.
yeah.
Logged off at like 5:30 today. So, yeah, but I think it's just been a bit of a crazy couple of weeks with obviously everything going back into lockdown. And so it's just, I think, I don't know if everyone's feeling this, but there's just a lack of motivation right now. And that's what I need back in my life. So, yeah.
How was today though in general? Was it better than yesterday? Because when we spoke
Oh,
yesterday,
yeah.
you were like,
Oh, yesterday I was ready to just like pack it all in. Just literally. Yeah, much better, much better. I
much
got
better.
my head round a few things. And I think when you can see the weekends in sight, it's like,
Yeah.
it's fine. What's done is done. Let's get on with it.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you so much for joining. I really, I said this
it's
to you
my
yesterday,
pleasure.
and I said this to you. Literally, anybody who comes on this, they don't need to
Yeah.
respond or anything, but the fact that you did and the fact that you're here right now, I really appreciate that. So I'm gonna get on to this and like ease you in, and hopefully
Yes.
it's good. Where are we right now? We're in Birmingham, or we're near Birmingham?
No, no, no. We are in the northeast Newcastle. So
Newcastle.
the furthest
Um,
you could get from.
Wait, so I lived in Newcastle for a year. How far
Did
are you?
you?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really quirky city,
Yeah,
and well, because it's quite a small like city, and then you've
yeah.
got like areas outside of Newcastle, but it's nice. It's quite relaxed. It's chilled. Everyone's so friendly. Everyone's
It
lovely.
really is weird. I feel like the north
Yeah,
you go, because I'm used to the abruptness of London, and
yeah,
like people queue up for the bus, people queue up for the train. You can get drunk,
yeah,
and people will still ask you, like you'll be splattered on the floor, and people will be like, "Are you
yeah.
okay? Are you okay?" And I'll just be like, "Get away from
Literally.
me."
Yeah,
Um,
literally. Everyone's very nice.
They are. It's kind of creepy. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm very skeptical of everything. It's the city. It makes you like this.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just gonna
Hmm.
get started.
Hmm.
As I mentioned, in regards to your Instagram, you how long have you had this specific Instagram for? Because this is your professional, would you say, Instagram?
Yeah, this is my professional, and I'm like, I actually got. It's probably been about. It's over a year now, so maybe like about 15 months. It's not been that long.
Yeah,
I think I was the era that I was born in. We weren't very like savvy with like Facebook and high five were a thing. Do you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh my
So
God, Viva!
yeah,
High five!
literally high five and all that, MySpace or whatever. So that was the thing when obviously we were like growing up and teenagers. But like so I think I was a little bit behind on like the whole catching on to Instagram. And it was actually my friend which I want to give a special shout out to, Rohit, that was constantly pushing me, like constantly like, why aren't you doing this? Like, get an Instagram page, just put a few videos up. And it wasn't anything, I didn't like expect it to blow up as big as it has. It was more just to kind of like
Yeah,
get a little bit of kind of my routines, my choreo out there, be able to teach people virtually and kind of, yeah, just have platform for me because obviously my personal Instagram, I'm quite private, so I don't really have a lot of people on that one.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad I did it.
Well, we're just gonna. I thank you for doing it. Otherwise, I would have like have come across it. I think your
Yeah.
first video I found was, is it with Simi or Simran when you did Sahiba?
Yeah, that was the first one. Simran. Uh-huh.
Simran, yeah, I think that
Yeah.
was the video that I came around. It was like on some sort of Bhangra dance page, and I was like, this chick is good. I was like, you're so good.
Oh
And
my
then I
God.
stalked you. But
Yeah.
so you mentioned on your page that you're spreading the love of Giddha, and you're a
Hmm.
Giddha dancer, you're a Bhangra dancer, and you're a Boli singer.
Yeah.
Uh, I want to know what is the earliest recollection of you for each of them when you first saw a Bhangra performance or a Bhangra video
Hmm.
or anything like that, or Giddha and Boli and everything.
Do you know what? It all started at weddings. Like, I've got a huge family, like literally,
Yeah,
and I think I just it was the whole wedding vibe, and a lot of my family love to dance, love Giddha, love Boliyan, and it just that's what catalyzed it for me. It was from a young age, like everyone was just yeah, straight on the dance floor. That's literally my whole family. We're the last ones to get out. So I think that really helped kind of push me into it a little bit more. And then just kind of growing up watching like videos, like YouTube videos and things like that. A lot of like university performances from India, looking at them, like we mentioned Khalsa College, who
yeah.
are like amazing. So I guess, yeah, it definitely started from family.
So, what is your earliest memory of like you performing then? Would you say,
Um,
or dancing or singing?
oh,
Would it
okay.
be weddings? I would assume it to
It
be
was actually
weddings
my
as well, I guess.
school. It was
Oh,
actually a
really?
fashion show at my school. I think I was about 15. Um, and I taught my friend and me, we did like this, it was kind of like a Bhangra fusion. I can't remember the song, but it was like a Bhangra fusion dance.
Can
And that was
you
my
show a
first
little bit?
stage.
Can you do it? Can you do it?
I
Can do
can't remember.
just a little, just a couple of steps.
I literally cannot remember, but there was just a lot of this style of, it was very like this style of Bhangra. Um, but yeah, that was probably like my earliest memory.
Wait, so how does Giddha and Boliyan come into this? And also, could you
Yeah,
explain a little bit of difference between Giddha, Bhangra, and Boliyan for people who don't
yeah.
know, who still
Hmm.
box it as Bollywood?
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I might not explain this correctly, so I apologize. But for me, personally,
You're
for
the
me,
face of Punjab right
yeah,
now.
for me, so Bhangra is it's more of I would say a vibrant kind of like very happy kind of dance, and it's very kind of use of arms, legs, everything's kind of thrown out to the world. And it's obviously it reflects what kind of movement they used to do in the Cape in Punjab. So cutting
Yeah,
the fasala, and obviously the moves are named after those sort of movements in Punjab as well. And then for the Giddha, what I love about the Giddha, and I think this is where I feel like my strength is Giddha. It's a lot more storytelling. So
Yeah.
back in the day, obviously the women would get together, and whether it was like Lori or whether it was like, somebody's birthday or somebody got married, and the women would have their own little like fun, and they would have their own little kind of create some Boliyan, like, and this would be bitching about their like in-laws, just storytelling about the problems that they've had. But it was done in a very, and you know what, they've gone through hard times. Women had very difficult times in Punjab. And so this was their way of releasing and just kind of letting it out and just singing and like dancing to it. So I think that's where the Giddha comes in. It's slightly different because it's a lot more storytelling for the women, and it's kind of like, it's just like freedom of expression and comes into all that sort of thing. So, but yeah.
It doesn't hold a specific meaning, does it? Like I know in certain, when you do like certain folk dances and they have like meanings of specific words. I mean, like I know sectors of Bhangra. I know some sectors, I'd say, of Giddha and familiar with Boliyan. But
Yeah.
like, do they have specific meanings to why they were giving these names or not really?
So they will. I mean, I'm not 100% caught up because I didn't get to train like properly into Giddha.
Yeah.
But I know obviously Giddha has a lot to do with your heels, your addiyan, and how you kind of place your addiyan, and the rhythm that you place them on the ground, and obviously the clapping. So that
Yeah.
would be the kind of like the overview. But then it's also broken down into different styles of Giddha, because you've got like, well, it goes down into Boliyan more so for Giddha. Like Sagi is
Yeah.
a typical type of bully, and it's a typical type of dance that they would do. But this is something that I'm still like, I'm kind of
Learning.
learning, and yeah, so it's still a journey for me, and I'm just trying to take people on that journey with me, to be honest. So,
You talked about Punjab a lot, and I want to
mhm.
ask you, when was the first memory of you going to Punjab? And I want to know, what do you think are the three biggest differences I can tell, and I'm
Mhm.
sure other people can tell, between Punjab and UK?
Okay. So earliest memory, my memory is not great, to be honest.
Oh no,
Um,
you're not a Dory,
yeah,
are you?
I'm literally just like, ah. But to be honest, so a lot of my memories come from like pictures and what people have told me. So when I was 3 months old, I had really bad asthma to the point where I had like a huge bottle of like a tank attached to me. So my mum
Oh no.
shipped me off to Punjab, and she was like, "They'll sort you out. Just go and get some fresh air out there."
God.
And my side of the family lived out there, so I kind of went with my grandma, and when I was like 3 months, stayed for quite a while. So,
Yeah.
and then kind of came back, and then every year after that, I can't, like, earliest memory wise, I just remember the actual the village and the house that we lived in, and me
Yeah.
like climbing the stairs and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I've got a huge connection with Punjab, definitely.
And so before we move on to the next section, how often do you go? Like once a year, twice a year?
So I've pretty much, since growing up, I've been once a year, but for the past probably 10 to 12 years, I've maybe
Yeah.
been about four times. So
Yeah.
I try and go every 2 to 3 years at least. But I mean, I would have loved to have gone this year, but obviously not going to happen. So
There's
yeah.
this tiny thing called COVID.
Yeah, no,
It's really
ruining
tiny.
plans. Literally.
Um, what are the three
Mhm.
biggest differences between Punjab and here for you?
Um, there's something in the air over there.
You're not
Literally.
gonna go into like Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge
I'm literally running in the cave. Yeah. You know what? I can't explain, but there's something in the air. As soon as you get off the airplane, there's just this feel that you get. It's a feeling more than anything. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, like I'm home, like I feel like I'm at home. I think that's like the biggest thing for me. It's just the feeling. But I just love the openness and the cape, and just, when you're
Did
driving through these like dingy little roads, you've got things to look at, and it's like, it's open, it's fields, it's like there's a lot more in nature that you can see there. And I always feel as well, the sky looks bigger in Punjab. Like, it just looks
Oh
wider
really?
and deeper. Yeah. So
Do you think it's like less buildings around and less like sort of, I don't
probably.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I just, yeah, there's definitely something in the air.
Oh, somebody just wrote, it's the Indian soil,
Indian
man.
soil.
As soon as you touch it.
Yeah, it's that smell, that cow dung smell. I don't know, but
Oh my God. I still to this day will never know why the tatti of a
yeah,
cow is put on a wall. Like, what is it? Like some
yeah.
sort of fertilization
It's
situation?
it's yeah, it's definitely some sort of like fertilization situation. But yeah, and as kids, you would run to do that kind of stuff. Like, yeah,
I
but
know, which is so disgusting when you think about it now. But like, you have like
yeah.
literally cow poo in your hands. Maybe making like
Hmm.
little gold situations, just putting it on.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
patia.
Do you
Oh.
guys still have like a very much sort of, would you say, I don't know if I should say traditional or like rooted.
Mhm.
Is it still very much sort of like guy? Do you guys say
Guy.
guy? It's
Um,
because like my
yeah,
Punjabi comes from the Pakistan side, so like
yeah.
there's all so there's
Well,
always
like
like a little
Maj.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so do you guys still have that
Mhm.
like chickens every situation, or it's like a little bit more now?
It's
Just
probably less. Yeah, it's less now. Like we've still got some gar and
yeah,
mudge and some animals, but not as much. And I think obviously because people have had to kind of evolve and get jobs and things like that, it's less of like the kitty body. It's more of they're having to kind of move forward with the world. So my Bobby out there actually is a primary school teacher, so she's
yeah.
doing quite cool for herself. But yeah.
I think the thing I would miss the most is, do you guys have this? We had this a lot, like load shedding, we call it, when the lights go out and
Uh-huh.
everybody gets their charpais out. And we just like literally used to sit out in like the big garden and like the old people would tell like tales of like their lives and the kids would just be
Yeah.
running around like burning and
Yeah.
destroying things. I think like that's my favorite thing. You can't do that here in the
Yeah,
UK or anywhere else. You can't put a
exactly.
charpai out and like it's gonna bloody rain any day.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of want to brush up on two
Hmm.
things. Again, this is all from your experience, which is
Hmm.
like the evolution of Punjabi culture and dance from the early years, from like our sort of generation to now. So, like, I
Hmm.
think for me, a recollection of knowing that I was Punjabi and this is what Punjabi culture was
Hmm.
like, don't laugh at me,
Yeah, go
don't
on.
laugh at me. It's,
I'm
it was
waiting for
watching
it.
Dalil Mendi.
Oh! That one.
It really was. It really was. And
Yes.
then what was that song Sukshinder Shinda did with like was it Amitabh Bachchan or Adnan Sammi? Oh my God. They
I
used
don't know.
I feel like it
You've
was
lost
that
me.
sort
I've got Turk
of
in my head now.
I remember I had the Zulain Mendy like doll which used to
Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
and it used to move. Um
Yeah.
But like for me, it's that and like laddus, gulab jamuns, and like
Yeah.
mothers walking around in like their salwar kameez or like tolis and singing like Raat de 12 baje, apne sar
Yeah.
nind. Like, but now it's like
Hmm.
Desi Frenzy, like
Yeah.
Instagram covers of like it's like Guru Randhawa, like all of these guys. Like
Yeah.
explain to me yours now.
Do you know what? Billy Mindy was for sure, like, but also we're
Yeah.
talking like the Kuldeep Maniks and we're talking like
Oh,
Gurdas Man, obviously, like some of like the earlier legends. But you know what? I really enjoyed like the UK Bhangra scene as well growing up.
yeah.
Um, and like just like RDB was a big part of my Bhangra journey. Like, do you know what I mean? Like
I
RDB, and then you've
never
got exactly, exactly. And then you've got like the likes of Gubby Sandhu and all those type of tracks. But for how much it's changed now, I love the fact that people are like have brought it back to being traditional because it did kind of go off a bit like too kind of UK and kind of people were taking it in different directions. And it's good to have evolution of obviously, the music industry and things. But I think yeah, bringing it back traditional has been like a godsend, and that's why people are doing so well. That's what people wanted. Like they wanted the traditional, pure sort of Bhangra back, which is starting to kind of come through again.
What do you think of the entire evolution period? Because there was a period, and we kind
Hmm.
of spoke of this. This is no diss to anybody, but there was a point, and I think we talked about this. It reflects in like the movie industry. So like there was a point that Bollywood was just doing Punjabi inspired situations. So
Yeah.
there was like Mohabbatein and like Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, and there was like little reflections of like Punjab in there. And then it moved on to like Gujarati sort of thing with like Hum Saath Saath Hai and like
Hmm.
other sort of movies. And then it kind of went like really poppy. And now it's come back to now where it's just like, I think it started from, what is that movie with Shahid Kapoor and Kareena, where it's Moja and Moja?
Job we met.
Yeah, I feel like, correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but I feel like from then, like the Punjabi inspiration has just come back, and it's just like
Yeah.
the music and everything has just been like such a, yeah, talk to me about that.
Yeah. No, definitely. I couldn't agree more. I think there was a point where Punjabis were looked at as a bit of like a joke within the industry, and it was like,
Yeah,
you'd get the funny guy making funny jokes would be the thing in movies and things like that. But you're right, the music was very like Bollywoody, but I think it's probably going to reflect the fact that there weren't that many artists out there pushing the style of music that's out
yeah,
now. And because you've got the likes of like Karan Aujla, Guru Randhawa, you've got
yeah.
like Gary Sandhu bringing it back, and there's so many artists that have come back now. And there's just like literally about 50 songs out every single day from a new Punjabi artist, and it's hard to keep up with it. But I think that's probably determined, obviously, alongside obviously the film industry, it's kind of made like space for changes. But I'm glad it has, because some of the Bhangra music in some of those Bollywood films, you're just like, no, 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 this is not what we dance to.
To name a few, would you like to
Yeah.
name a few or not
No,
really?
no, no. I don't want to offend anyone. So, but yeah, there's yeah.
Has the so I think spoke about two things with
Hmm.
you, which one thing I want to talk about firstly, and then we'll move on to the second. One is, has the technique differed? Because I got into the technical side of Bhangra very late on. I'd say like maybe the last 5 years or so. Has the technique changed at all? Or has it stayed? Because I know like I can speak in ballet, I can speak in contemporary, and I can speak in jazz and hip hop. But has the
Yeah.
technique developed, or it's come back like, yeah,
I 100% think the technique has developed like vastly
yeah,
from when I was initially into Bhangra. It was very like there wasn't there wasn't much attention to detail. It was just this is the move and everyone just do it. Whereas, I mean, if you look at the likes of Bhangra Showdown, for example,
uh,
we were a part. So my university and I was actually a part of the very first Bhangra Showdown.
oh
The
wow,
quality, the quality in comparison to when we performed to now is it's just oh my it's incredible what people put on as performances now. Like they literally every single hand movement is in the same place. And I think these things have always kind of been there, but people haven't kind of looked into them as
did you just
they
read
haven't.
that comment as well, by the way? Because I just
Oh, bless Janina, you dance very well, love. Bless her. But no, like literally, it's like from back in the day, we even the way we were taught within kind of at uni or like during rehearsals, it was very just like get this done, everyone just dance, gone. Whereas now it's stamina building, it's
oh
about
my God,
exercise, it's
it's a
about
whole
stretching,
production.
not just stretching your arms, you're stretching your fingers and your wrists and everything because it is
Yeah.
literally attention to detail. And I think the technicality has probably improved, but that's because people are paying a lot more attention to detail and doing things a lot better. And the quality is overall is just yeah, it's just much better.
Is there a video of this Bhangra Showdown performance?
There might be. It's very blurry though.
First ever.
We're talking
That's okay.
2007. So
Guys,
yeah.
Bhangra Showdown performance. Make sure you were with what university?
Leicester.
Leicester, Leicester, TBS, 2007. I'm gonna watch this. I
Yeah.
haven't watched this.
Do you know what?
You mentioned TBS, and
We did okay.
I mean, I can pull it up if you want me to. Do you want me to do
No,
that?
to be fair, I don't think I've seen a video of it. It was that bad.
I will try and see if I can pop one up. We talked about
Yeah.
TBS, and there's other Bhangra
Hmm.
competitions that happen now. There's like digital Bhangra competitions that are happening now because of lockdown.
Hmm.
The one thing that I will say I feel disappointed, and again, I talked about this with you, is like I
Hmm.
feel very much of an outsider, and I know I've spoken to a couple of people in the Bhangra dance community who feel like outsiders for two
Hmm.
perspectives. One is, did you watch the show that was on BBC, which was they did a coverage, was it Birmingham University they did, of
Yeah,
the Bhangra,
and
yeah,
Aston. Uh-huh,
yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
So I just read the article on that and
Hmm.
I saved it, so I watched a couple of it. And I feel like whenever Bhangra is mentioned in sort of media, kind of like a commercial mainstream way, or whenever
Hmm.
somebody's teaching Bhangra or Giddha, they always mention that Bhangra comes from Punjab in India. And I know we don't want to get political, and I don't want to get
Hmm.
political as well, but
Yeah.
I don't understand the fact. Is that you're sipping your chai because you don't want to answer?
Yeah, it's chai with rye, obviously. I had to bring my own
I
cup
thought
of
you're
tea, you
sipping
know what
because
I
you don't
mean?
want to answer. I
No.
I don't understand
Hmm.
why Pakistan is not mentioned. Is it because there's not enough of a presence of Pakistani Punjabi dancers?
That's
Is
what,
it
yeah.
is
I would put it down to the presence. I mean, I've not met any Pakistani Bhangra dancers, but actually maybe one,
yeah,
and that was at uni.
yeah. But I think there are a couple out there. Like there's Rida who
Hmm.
owns a company called Dance Bhangra, and then there's
Hmm.
myself. I wouldn't call myself like a Bhangra expert, but like I have experience, and I know some other people who like taking time out. But even the belonging that a dance sector is literally just for India in Punjab. When like I think I told you this, that when I went to Vasta Punjab's workshop and I talked to a couple of
Hmm.
people, they talk about the fact how Chummar comes from like Multan and it comes from like the Pakistan area, and some of the Giddha aspect does. Why do you
Yeah.
think that the Pakistan is never included? Like, if it belongs to technically both sides.
Do you know what? I think enough people don't know. They just
Yeah,
assume. If I'm honest, like I think people just assume, and it's probably a very ignorant way of looking at it, but it's people like the professionals and the people that have learned and are teaching it on to others. They know it comes from Multan, and they will be able to kind of, pass that on hopefully to other people. But even me, when I initially got into it, I didn't realize. But I think people need
yeah,
to, if you want to learn Bhangra, you should definitely start by looking at the history of it. And you're right, it's not just Punjab. Punjab was obviously Pakistan as well. So
yeah.
there's that whole kind of
Sector.
scenario. Yeah,
Yeah,
that whole
that's a whole
scenario.
that's a whole scenario in its own. Um,
Yeah.
we'll move on to like your. I think
Mhm.
there's if you have any like. By the way, are you having Wi-Fi issues or is it just me that's kind of like having freezing moments?
Do you know what? It might be. I think it might be Wi-Fi issues, but actually, no, my bar is full,
Okay.
so
Okay,
I guess
cool.
so.
Guys, let
Yeah.
us know if there's any sort of situation with technical issues because it's IG and it's technical and there's always going to be issues.
Mhm.
Um, we're going to move on to like how you got into dance and the evolution of you
Okay.
from how you got into like pro Bhangra dancing. So talk us through, you obviously mentioned that in the start that you started with like weddings and stuff like that. Oh, there's a couple of
Hmm.
freezing moments. Well, guys, is it from
Okay.
my side or is it for Mandeep's side? Let us know. Hello, 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 hello. Are you switching to 4G?
I'm switching to 4G. Let me know if this is any better.
I mean, you're
So,
not freezing anymore.
that's good.
Yeah, so talk to me about your dancing and how you got into the space that you are today.
Okay, where do I start? So, yeah, so when I was younger, obviously, loved going to weddings, events, and I kind of that's where the passion grew, and it was kind of like I was just thrown into it as a child, like, go on, let's do some Giddha, let's do some Bhangra. So I think a massive like family influence. But then obviously growing up, my sister was a huge influence on me as well because she was actually a dancer. And we actually like obviously I did a few performances at school and things like that. But then when she went to uni, and she went to uni in London as well. So I came out and I used to come out on weekends and things like that. And we used to do a couple of shows in London. I don't know how she used to get them, but we used to have like the odd uni
Gigs.
shows, gigs exactly. Um, so it kind of like that's where the performance element started to come in and started to creep in. And I don't know if you ever heard of a group called NRG from back in the day. They're like back in the day, didn't really, I don't know if they really made it. They're like, yeah, they kind of, they had a little bit of time
Yeah.
in the limelight, and then they kind of went away. So we did a few shows with them. We did a few mille with them. We even got to dance with Raghav, which was like, oh my God, like I loved him back in the day.
Wait, Raghav with like spiky hair back
Yeah,
in the day, kabhi
angel
aar, kabhi baat.
eyes. That's him.
Dude, Raghav
Yeah.
needs to come back because I feel
Yeah,
like
I
that
know.
Raghav and Jay Sean era was like,
It was, yeah, exactly. That I loved him. I loved his songs. But yeah, so we did a lot of like performance in Mille. We did a lot of Mille down south as well. And then from then, obviously, I ended up going into kind of my university journey, and I think that's where the actual traditional Bhangra started to kind of like creep in, because I
yeah,
was like, oh my God, we can do a Bhangra performance as a group. What is this? Like, it was just such a new world to me, and I went to a very Asian ethnic area university. Like, even though I went to Leicester, like my
yeah.
halls were always near DMU. So
Okay.
I was surrounded by brown faces. And yeah, so it was just, every other night was a Bhangra night in the
Oh my God.
SU.
Oh, I so
So
would have loved that. My experience was completely different.
yeah, but and then I met one of my really good friends, Harry, we were dancing away, and he approached me and he was like, I'm creating a Bhangra team for like Bhangra Showdown this year. Do you want to be a part of the team? I was like, yeah, why not? Give it a go. And then that's it. It kind of like grew from there. So I did obviously Showdown whilst at uni, and then came away from uni, created a girls group called Shan Muthianandi, and that's kind of the phase where I got into videos,
Yeah.
and did quite a few music videos. And then I moved up north, got
Wait, so
married.
wait. You're not gonna
Yeah,
skip over this.
okay.
Let's name some of the people that you've done music videos with. Obviously,
Yeah.
PBN.
Yes, PBN obviously was how we got into the industry, and the first video was actually with Miss Pooja Ashik,
Oh,
which
you're
was
an Ashik?
in the background doing a bit of this.
Okay, well, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna
Yeah,
rewatch this video.
yeah. So
Who just wrote for
yeah,
Temu?
yeah, exactly. So that was the one that actually, yeah, that's the one that labeled me. I think I've still, yeah, I still get called the Fitemu girl.
Why you call the
So
Fitemu girl?
don't know. I don't know.
Ouch, that is a cut. This is how I always say Punjabis are never like like when
Yeah.
Punjabis cuss, they cuss to your face. They don't do
Literally.
underlying like
No,
cusses.
no, straight up, direct.
Straight up, direct. They slice you right in the
Yeah.
throat. Okay, so you did Miss Pooja, you did
Yeah,
PBN. Let's do a couple more.
PBN. I'm trying to think of other ones. We did. I can't remember his
Don't
name.
do this. Don't do this. I know you.
I actually can't remember his name. Oh, but
Okay, well,
we did JK. We did JK. That was a
you
good
did
one.
JK. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that was good. And then we actually got an opportunity to do like a mixed Bhangra with like Basement Jaxx video, but it never got
Whoa.
released. It never got
Ouch.
released. So that was a bit
Oh, the
gutting.
shelving life. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Well, guys, if there's any other people that Mandeep has worked with that she's not willing to.
JR Dread. JR Dread. That was actually one of my favorite. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that was a good video.
So you did all of these guys, and then from the music video industry, did you move
Mhm.
ever into like the movie industry?
No, I didn't. I
No.
didn't get that. I was waiting for the opportunity. I
Ah,
was, yeah, I know. I was waiting for Bollywood to find me, but it just never happened.
what is Northern
Um,
Lights?
oh, that was another guy that I worked with
Uh, okay.
for a
So
video.
people are out
People
here throwing you
remember.
under the damn. People are throwing you under the bus, man.
So yeah, so there's been quite a few, but yeah, never got that far. I think at that time when I was doing music videos and things, there was a big disconnect between like music videos and getting into kind of like the actual Punjabi
Hmm.
scene and that industry, unless you lived over there and knew somebody, because that's the thing. It's all about networking. It's all about
Yeah.
who you know, really. But I left that scene and I was like, see ya, I'm gone. Um, so and then yeah, and then the journey changed. I had a bit of a break.
How long were you, would you mind me say, so you
Hmm.
got married, if I'm
Yeah,
correct in saying,
yeah.
how long was that break for? And then you said you came back.
So when I got married, I moved obviously up north where there was little Bhangra or little people that wanted to do Bhangra around here. So I initially started a few classes, and they kind of fell down the wayside.
Oh
So
no.
I just kind of like gave up on it and just focused on work and just other things. And then it was only a few years into it, I was like, I need some Bhangra in my life. Like, I need some Giddha in my life. This isn't going to suffice. So
Yeah.
that's when I got in touch with my friends from Leeds, Tohr, Punjab, and then I started going down for rehearsals, and just kind of performing with them, and then we got like the group kind of going from there, made a few more friends, and it was so good and so refreshing to be back dancing with people, because it's not
Yeah.
just about like the Bhangra, it's all the laughs that you have and everything
Oh my
else.
God.
Like
Yeah.
you become like a family, like you said, you become like a little family.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was really glad to have kind of taken that step and got back into it. um and then it was from then that I was kind of pushed to be like, right, you need to do something online. Come on, like do something online. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay. But I always looked up to people like Mandeep Virk, and obviously Nana, who's I think is amazing.
Yeah.
Um, and just I think when you're first starting, you look at these people and you compare yourself, you're like, wow, like they are so amazing, like what are they doing? I don't want to start a page, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
like be embarrassed, what am I gonna put on there, da, 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 da. And I think I just had to kind of take the plunge and be like, look, just get some videos out there and just kind of see what happens. So
Yeah.
yeah, so and that's where we are today.
Um, I want to talk about family and stuff like that. I
Hmm.
know, I find it so great and a fresher breath
Hmm.
air because I see girls in the commercial scene and in the contemporary jazz and all this scene who are like from all different walks of life, who are
Hmm.
supported by their families, some not. Um, but I feel like still within like the Asian community, the South Asian community, it's very much a thing. Like I'm ostracized
Yeah.
by my family for being in the entertainment industry. How was it for you, especially being a girl? I know we
Hmm.
briefly talked about your family were like, nah, mate, come on. But you
Yeah.
talked about how supportive your husband and your husband's side is. So, like,
Yeah,
how was it? Like,
definitely.
did you sneak away to rehearsals? Would you lie? Would you be like, oh, I'm just going to hang
No.
out with, like,
No, I think, and that's the thing. I think initially I had to break the mold and I had to break the stereotype within my own family, because my dad's quite traditional, and it was kind of like, what? Like, you're gonna dance? But then when he saw us perform and he saw like what we were doing and we were
yeah,
being like traditional, it was a respectful way we were dancing, and he was like, yeah, but keep going, like carry on, sort of thing. And then obviously when you get married, it's the expectation of kind of like, okay, you're married now, sit down, that's it. Like, just, you know what I mean? Go cook some
have the
rotiya, go
kids,
have some
and that's it.
children. Exactly. But no, I think I was very fortunate to be in a family that is very forward thinking, very
Yeah,
adaptive, very kind of like just easygoing, and just kind of like want you to do well. And that's the thing. My husband's been my biggest cheerleader since day. He's just kind of like, go do this, and go dance. Oh man, what are
has
you
he seen you
doing?
performing?
Yeah, yeah, a few times. The thing
Yeah.
is, he used to be a dancer himself, but
Oh,
not a
really?
Bhangra dancer. He was more
Wait,
like R&B and that sort of thing. And
have
like,
we have you got a performance of
no,
situation? Is he there? Can you give us a sneak peek?
he's actually not. He's probably downstairs playing COD, so
Oh
unfortunately I
man.
can't. But I mean, he used to be the dancer of the family, and then I think I kind of came along, and he's just been like, whoa, 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 you dance, you dance, kind of thing. So
Oh,
yeah.
somebody just said your wedding video.
Oh yeah, that was thanks guys. Don't know what that one. So so PBN came actually on our wedding day, and he
Look at
performed
that.
Fitte Mu.
Look. I'm sorry, can we just say, oh, the song is called Fitte Mo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's the
Uh,
video that I'm in, hence why I get called the Fitte Mu girl.
I
So
think my earliest recollection of PBM is like Nat, what is it, Nat Digay? Or Nat, something,
yeah,
some,
not the
yeah.
Giga Gate, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
earliest that I go to like PBN. I haven't gone pre that.
Yeah, I think I mean, to be honest, PBN for me is all, it's just Bitemu in my head, and Ashik and those, the dance floor and all those songs. But yeah, so it was, oh, it was a good time. He came and did a little
Yeah.
song. We had a bit of a dance off, and yeah,
Who
it
won?
was fun.
Who won the dance off?
Obviously me.
Obviously, obviously.
Yeah.
Well,
I
thank you
had a
so
lot.
much for
I had a lot at stake, so
Did you? For the marriage.
reputation.
Um, now that you've progressed into the space that
Hmm.
you are, I want to ask your like we talked about this in the start. Some of your
Hmm.
videos, I did a little like analytics. I only some well, I had to go on like a third party app because I've been stalking you for a week. I told you that. I'm trying to dig up
Yeah.
stuff on you. Um,
Yeah.
your videos on
Hmm.
an average have 15K views.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
I know. And it's great that you are such a like a well, hey, you're so nice, which is so sweet. Because
Thank you.
some of these people,
Hmm.
you know that they're not so nice. But like,
Yeah.
talk to me through A, the digital space now,
Hmm.
um, B, how you actually choreograph, and
Hmm.
are you now meticulous because you know, like, okay, now I have over 10K view like followers, I have like a following. I'm not doing that too, by the way, disrespect.
Yeah.
I mean this, like, because some people
Yeah.
are like, but I think
Yeah.
you're talented. I think the world of you. So just in case
Yeah.
somebody comes for me, but like, do
Yeah.
you feel the pressure to now be like,
I think yes, slightly, because
yeah,
you constantly want to improve. And I'm quite a competitive person, so
really,
not just with
really?
other people, with myself. I just like constantly want to do better, and I want to improve, and I don't want to just keep putting the same stuff out there. But also, I don't want to compromise on what my page represents too.
Yeah,
And that is like the whole Giddha side of things. And one thing I want to get into my page a little bit more is breaking down the detailing and maybe informing people a little bit more about the history of things, and just doing more of the basic stuff. Because I think I've had a lot of fun performing and kind of creating little videos here and there. It's been great. But I think now it's kind of like, right, how can I use it to help people, and how can I use it to actually spread the love for Giddha?
yeah.
And I think that's where the teaching element comes in. So I've done like a few lives and things like that, but I think my plan is to do a few projects where I do just like short clips on like basics of footwork, basics of hand movement, nakre, and that sort of thing. So, but yeah.
So we're gonna go back to two things. What do
Hmm.
you think of the digital space now? Like, as
Well,
opposed
yeah.
to, we talked about this. Like back in the day, we would just be
Hmm.
rehearsing. It wouldn't matter. YouTube wasn't a thing. Like if a video
Yeah.
went up there, it is what it is. MySpace, okay, fine, it is
Yeah.
what it is. Twitter, it is what it is. But now it's like,
Everything's on camera. It's like Big Brother
plus
is
people
watching.
learn. I think actually this would be an interesting thing. A thought just came to my head.
Hmm.
What do you think about people learning
Hmm.
Bhangra through watching people's videos versus like going to classes and then calling themselves Bhangra teachers? Or
Well, that's quite funny.
doing like hashtag Bhangra dancer.
Yeah. Well, I think, do you know what? I think the good thing is that at least we've got a platform. I
Oh, you're
think,
so political.
like,
You're so
no,
political.
just, do you know what it is?
Yeah.
I can see people criticizing me because I've not been to a Bhangra school or a Giddha school, and I've learned off YouTube and videos and things like that. I've learned off some people as well through kind of my time in being in different groups, but I don't feel like I could pass judgment
Comment.
on people, yeah, just because I
Yeah.
don't feel like I'm the professional. I feel like I'm still learning, I'm still taking in
Yeah.
the journey. And so, but I guess if the platform's there, people are going to use it. And it's
Yeah.
amazing though, because it's like, I feel like Bhangra is literally everywhere now. You cannot get away with it. There's so many groups, there's so much, like, so many performances, so many people are getting into it. And it's great. I mean, it's great. It helps people, like, not only physically but
Yeah.
mentally, and it's such a happy performing like dance. So I suppose it's good the more people that are doing it. People that
I think
aren't
it
doing it are missing out.
I think what the most, I think I've had to fight with this as well. It's like, because I think there's not enough South Asian representation within mainstream media. So outside of
Hmm.
Bhangra, when you look at commercials, when like we have, yeah, we have Hollyoaks, we have Holby City, we have all of these things, but we get tend to get stereotyped. But I think in terms of when it came down to Bhangra, I don't know how you feel, but I think
Hmm.
like when other ethnicities started coming and kind of like there's a lot of other ethnicities who like white, black, Spanish, Mexican. I know people in Hong Kong that teach Bhangra. It kind of made me
Hmm.
very sort of it brought out like certain weird jealousy in me because I was like, oh, here we go. Now we can't even have a platform of our own.
Yeah.
Like, and they're becoming more popular and they have one more up. Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that? Like, have you now kind of do you still feel the same, or do you feel the same like in regards
Yeah,
to
to be honest, I've never thought of it like that. Like,
yeah,
for me, I'm just pleased at the pace and the growth that Bhangra's taken, and I guess
yeah,
that's kind of been my focus. So I've never really like looked at other dances, but I guess I mean I'm not that social media savvy either, so I'm probably just an house. So
don't say that.
yeah, yeah. So but yeah, for me, it's great to see how much like my feed is literally just Bhangra, Giddha, and Bollywood. To be honest,
Yeah.
like literally that's it. So I guess I don't get to see that side of things. But
And
yeah.
I think like I've had to make peace, and it's like through talking to
Hmm.
people where it's been like it's kind of one of those things where diversity for the sake of progression is
Yeah.
a great thing. So yeah, through
Yeah.
talking, well, Yosh is on there and certain other people. So yeah, thanks
Yeah.
Yosh, through talking to Yosh and her shouting at me all the time.
Yeah.
Um, talk to me about your choreography. How do you
Yeah.
choreograph? And how meticulous are you when you're like, oh bloody hell, this kurta
Oh,
is not fitting. I need to change
literally,
this step.
I fight with myself so much during choreo. Like,
Yeah,
literally, I get so annoyed. But I think I'll always start with an idea in my head,
yeah,
and I'll always start with like, I have to feel the song. And if I don't feel the song, I really struggle. And it takes me
yeah,
so long to try and choreo. So I think it's a lot easier when I listen to a song, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling this, I'm liking this. And that's
yeah.
literally with Cyber, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh my God, this hits me differently. Like the
That
feeling in the
song though,
song, exactly. Like
yeah,
it's another level. The feeling in the song, the beat. And then I was like, I want to do something different. And then me and Simran, we were actually shopping in H&M at the time, funny enough, and we were listening to the song constantly through our earphones. And whilst we were in the queue, we were like, "Oh, this move could work, and then we could do this." And then it just started piecing together. And then literally, we were
yeah,
like, "Right, we need to get home." And then got to my house and just kind of like started piecing things together. But it's a lot of trial and error. Like I'll do a choreo and I'll record it and I won't be happy with it, and then I'll have to keep
yeah,
changing things constantly. But I think the majority of the time that ideas come in my head for choreo is when I'm driving and I'm listening to music and I'm just like, oh yes, I could do this, like literally. But
and then
so
and then how meticulous are you when it comes to like, because now you
mhm.
dress up and like you go full
Yeah.
shebang, and I'm only waiting to like now it's gonna be like you get a videographer in, you have hair and makeup people in, and
I'm not
you're
there
gonna
yet.
now get no, you're gonna get start approached by like singers. They're gonna be like, my new single is out, Mandeep. Would you like to do a little promo for us? And
Oh
then you'll be
God.
like, I'm not really inspired by the song, but now that I'm an Instagram influencer, I'll do it for you.
Oh God, I hope not. I hope I don't get to that.
No, you
um,
will.
to be honest, I'm quite easy going with stuff. I think I love dressing in my suits because I've got nowhere else to go in them. So there's been no weddings, no functions. So it's like, oh, let's put on a suit today.
How long
um,
does it take for you to get
yeah,
ready for a video?
not actually that long. I would probably say like half an hour ish,
Yeah.
half an hour, 45 minutes. You know, the longest part is when you have to iron your salwar. It's honestly just,
W-
when you see that
Why do
crease, you're
you
just
even
like,
iron it? Because like at the end, it isn't the kurta just hiding it, and like you're meant to have pleats in your salwar.
no, because my kurta are quite high. My like
Oh,
jagge are quite high, so like you can definitely see. And some of the materials I've got with my salwara is just like literally. It's like crunched up. So yeah,
Apparently,
quickly
you have
adding.
a makeup artist at home.
I do, I do. I actually have. I live with House of A, and
House of
everyone
A
knows
is what?
she is a makeup artist. She's my
Okay.
sister-in-law.
Uh,
And she's dolled me up quite a few times, which has been nice because I can just sit there and be like, yeah, just do what you gotta do.
how long does
Um,
an average shoot take, by the way? An average hour, two?
um, well, it depends if it's just me or if
Yeah.
Dillo JK is with me.
Yeah.
Because then she is very meticulous and she's like, you did
Wait,
your hands
Dillo
like
is Sandeep or
this. Dillo is jazz.
Dillo is Jazz. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, if I'm doing it by myself, I would probably say maybe like an hour, less than an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's like between like setting up the camera, going through it a few times, and then
Yeah.
recording it a few times. But yeah, no more than an hour to be honest. Um, but yeah, if I'm doing it obviously with another person, then it can be longer, just to make sure that we're getting obviously the synchronization right in the little
Do
things.
you? I'm gonna do a quick little one more question, and then we're gonna
Hmm.
go into playing games, which is like my favorite part.
Okay.
One is like I said, you have over 10 point whatever 5 or I think 8K followers. Do
Hmm.
you now? And you mentioned Manpreet Tohr, Nana Batra, and we've talked
Hmm.
about like B Funk and women in terms of in like Punjabi culture, South Asian representation. What is the progression going to be of your page now? And do you feel like an Instagram influencer? And also talk to me about like people now reposting your videos or
Hmm.
like taking some of your steps. By the way, I got accused of this by Prab because I was doing Sahiba in my class, right?
Yeah.
And I did a double addi and I did this and this. Oh, just dropped something.
Yeah.
And then Prab was like, oh, I've seen those moves before. And I was
Oh, he
like,
did. He called
listen,
you out.
Prabdeep,
He
these
called you
are
out.
common moves, okay?
Oh, bless him. She's just,
But
oh,
yeah,
that's so
go on, talk.
funny.
I just dropped my plant, sorry.
Oh
But yeah,
no.
go ahead. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, what's next? I guess we'll kind of see where the journey takes me. I didn't come into
Yeah.
this with a whole business plan of this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this many followers and da da da. Literally I didn't expect for the page to be where it's at now. So I think for me, it's kind of just seeing what people want. Like I know the teaching, like I said, the teaching element of like
Yeah.
Giddha, the basics, like covering a lot more basics, doing some more like videos, and just keeping it fun and light-hearted and just kind of
Do you
taking it from
consider
there.
yourself to be an influencer now? Like, are you going to
No,
start doing that? Are you sure?
I really don't consider myself an
Okay.
influencer.
Well, we'll hold you
But
on to that
I'd
because
love to be, but no, no.
yeah,
I,
I'd love to be, but no, but I'd love to be.
but yeah, I mean, like I've talked because I've got different friends that do sort of different things, and we've got
Yeah.
one of my friends actually she designs like t-shirts and things like that, so we've talked about like collaborating on like a t-shirt design or something, but that's something that I would want to wear, like not to give to people. I'd be like, I want to wear this
hmm
for me.
hmm I'm watching out
Yeah.
for the post now that's going to be like, hey guys, just did a new collab. T-shirts coming out
Yeah,
now.
t-shirts, get this. But
Um,
yeah.
cool. All right. Well,
Hmm.
are you ready? Now is the time where we're going to play.
Yeah.
Sip a chai or play with rye. Okay.
Okay, okay. So
So,
get my chai
um,
ready.
you get your cha ready, and then if you don't want to answer anything, you
Hmm.
will sip your cha. If
Hmm.
you do anything, you just play with rye. That sounds so wrong, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
Okay. You are gonna make an ultimate Bhangra team to do a competition situation at TBS. Okay. This is Celebrity Punjab edition. So all of these people are Punjabi celebrities. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
Satinder Sartaaj or Badshah?
Badshah.
Oh, I can't believe you did that, Satinder Sartaaj. Probably gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Amy Virk or Guru?
Amy Virk, through and through.
Ja- Ouch. Jasmine Sandless or Simran Kaur?
Simran Kaur, for sure.
Okay, not Jasmine Sandless. She reminds me of like the female Jason Derulo sometimes when she's like Jasmine Sandless.
Sandless. Yeah.
Miss Pujat or Nimrat Kaira?
Nimrat Khera.
Is it Kera? I say Kaira all the time.
Khera.
Kera. Damn. Diljit Dosanjh or Taler Mendy.
Oi. I'm gonna go with now
Don't do
Diljit.
it. Don't do
Diljit.
it. Oh, a legend. Ouch. How
Yeah.
could you? How could you? Sunanda Sharma or Neha Kakkar.
Sunanda Sharma.
Gurdas Maan or Bali Sagu.
Gurdas Maan.
And lastly, PBN or Gary Sandhu.
I'm gonna go with my homeboy PBN.
Well, if you didn't choose him, that would be
Yeah, it'd be pretty
really
shit.
that would be really sad. All right.
Mhm.
This is an activity section now. I need
Mhm.
you to stand up, okay?
Okay. Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
haven't got
throw
much space, mind.
you need to find space. I'm gonna throw certain scenarios your way,
Okay.
okay?
Mhm.
If you have done them, you will do a hashtag double addi. If you
Okay.
have not done them, you will do a tamal. A
Okay.
single. Should we do single tamal or double tamal?
I can squeeze a single tamal in here.
Okay, cool. All
Mhm.
right, are you ready? This is a
Yeah.
have you
So,
ever.
okay, could
Okay,
you
again.
repeat the rules again? Because I forgot.
If you have done it, you will do
Yeah.
a double addi. If you
Double
haven't
addi.
done it, you will do a tamal.
Tamal.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, ready. Have you ever farted on stage? You've never farted on stage?
I can keep them in.
Being injured on stage or during performance or a shoot. Had a prop mishap.
Yeah.
Aw, what was it?
The sap
Oh,
got
God.
stuck.
Oh, God.
Sorry, I'm back.
Have you ever gotten drunk pre or post? No, no worries. Have you ever gotten drunk pre or post show performance music video?
Oh. Well, I don't drink, so
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Had an argument with a teammate or a client?
Oh, I'll argue with teammates.
What? No, if you've done it, you do a double addi.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, I
Okay.
forgot. Got mixed
Have
up.
you ever performed to a dead crowd?
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh,
double
sorry.
addi.
Oh, sorry.
Damn, man. Have you ever
Yeah.
forgotten a step?
Pressure.
Yes, prime time being double
Yes.
addi. You've forgotten. By the way, I'm just gonna say you're not doing justice to the double addi right now.
It's because you can't see it.
Okay, sure, we'll go with that. Have you ever disliked the person you are dancing with or for, i.e., a client, but have done it for the money or the fame?
I don't really have much to do with clients, so I'm gonna go with my double addi.
Double addi means yes.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah.
I can't believe
Maybe I
these-
have. Maybe I have.
Oh, maybe you have. All right. Next section is called Boliyan Pao. I'm gonna throw you. You're done with the movement part of this right
Thank
now.
God.
There's another movement part coming up.
I'm sweating.
All right. Next part is Boliyan Pao. Okay. I'm gonna throw scenarios, and you have to freestyle and give me some Boliyan.
Oh God. I'm
Okay.
not that good.
Well, you're going to be. This is your training. This is part of your training. Are you ready? All right. You're brought into the boss's office and you've just gotten fired. Go. I'm going to count you down. 5,
What do you mean? What
4.
am I gonna do?
Make a Boliyan up about this. 5, 4.
Okay, वारी
3.
वर्षी खटने गया सी खट के ले आंदी.
Made a Boliyan. You need to make a Boliyan.
I'm trying.
Come on, get your inner Punjabi auntie ji out.
Hold on. Am I making a bully on this scenario in English?
No, in Punjabi.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. वारी वर्षी खटने गया
Okay.
सी
Okay.
खट के ले आंदी.
Yeah, don't take. Okay. You again.
मेरे boss
Try
ने
not to
मेनू
recycle.
हो गया fired.
Try not to recycle. Okay.
I
Your
don't know what I'm
husband
doing.
doesn't like the food you have cooked after slaving in the kitchen for over 2 hours. Freestyle. Come on.
Hold on. My husband
Come
doesn't
on.
like
People
my
wanna-
cooking.
People want to hear your bars. Ready? 5,
I
4,
don't have any
3,
bars.
2,
I ain't
1.
that bully singer.
Come
Oh
on,
my
man.
God, I can't.
Just make it up. Make it up. You got
Honestly,
this.
I'm trying to think of an actual bully to be like, Giddha paun lagi main.
I'm trying to get you gigs. This is
Yeah.
not, this is not, this
Do
is,
you know what?
this,
I could have like spit you an already made bully,
nah,
but
mate, nah,
creating
mate,
my own, this is
nah, mate, nah, mate, come on. I'm trying to get you gigs on the impromptu. Come on. You know how like clients will be like, oh,
literally.
we just want like entrance. You just do freestyle, okay?
You see,
You
even
just
Yosh knows it's a lot of pressure. This is. I can't do,
come
but
on.
I hate doing bully as it is. No, I don't. I
I
love
don't
them.
like this. You're not sipping your chai. You're not giving me
Oh yeah, I'm
boliyan.
gonna sip chai. I'm gonna sip
This
chai. I'm
is
gonna
this
sip
is my
chai.
favorite part, and you're destroying this for me.
Okay,
Okay,
come.
come on, give me one freestyle boliyan. All right, are you ready? You have heard your friend just won £2 million, and you're really happy for them, but you really are jealous, and you're just like, I wish that was me.
मेरे यार ने पैसे जिते मैं jealous होगी jealous. There we
Well
go.
done, well done,
There we
well
go.
done.
Squeezed one in there.
Well done. All right. You're replying back to Auntie G at the wedding after she's read you for filth, and she's like, "Oh, you're not married. Look at you. You've gained some weight. What is this dress you're wearing? It's not conservative." She's going on. You know those Auntie Gs. We all know those Auntie Gs. All right.
We do.
All right. Go. 5, 4, 3. No, no! Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
I'm trying to think. Agi billo auntie, ni agi billo auntie, agi billo auntie, ni agi billo auntie. ਵਿਆਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਬੱਚੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਏ ਤੂੰ ਕਰਦੀ ਕੀ ਆ ਆਗੀ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਆਂਟੀ ਨੀ ਆਗੀ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਆਂਟੀ ਨੀ ਆਗੀ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਆਂਟੀ ਨੀ ਫਿੱਟੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਆਂਟੀ ਦੇ there we go.
Well done. Okay, you're getting good at this. Your last one. Are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
You're telling somebody to piss off and mind their own business, all right? But you are also on the side complimenting them. So it's like shade, but under low shade. Does that make sense?
Okay, shade but under low shade. Now this is
Yeah,
tricky.
you're like saying, oh, that dress doesn't make you look all the way fat, I guess. Like, do you know what I mean? So you're telling somebody to piss off, but you're also complimenting them at the same time. Are you ready? In
No.
5, 4,
My brain stopped.
3, 2, 1.
किन्नी सोहनी लगदी आ मैं मोहनी लगदी आ पर तू इन्नी का तो पारी होगी चोड़ी लगदी आ I hope that works.
Ouch. Ouch. All right. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was
That
good.
was a
Kiran
hard
says
one.
that was a hard one.
It was, Kiran. It was. I'm gonna have to start
All
writing,
right.
revising some Boliyan.
We could just do like, have you ever seen BT Cypher when they're just like, you know, rappers just come in to do like impromptu raps and things like that? Yeah,
I'd
I
be
could just
shit
like
at
throw,
that.
mate, come on. We could do like a Boliyan Cypher.
Literally.
I'll produce it and everything. All right. Your favorite movie that describes you?
Are we talking Punjabi or English?
Any.
Okay. Favorite Punjabi movie, Angrez.
Okay. A favorite song that describes you?
Oh wow. Okay.
And sing it.
I could be here for a while. I've got too many.
Oh, mate, come on. We
I've
ain't
got
got that
too
much
many.
time. It's an Instagram live as well. It cuts off soon. Come on.
I'll go with Cyber. I'll go with Cyber.
Okay, sing it. 5, 4, 3, 2,
ਇੱਕ
you
ਖੂਨ
go.
ਯਾਰ ਦਾ ਨੀ ਦੂਜਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਾ ਲੋਕੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬੇਵਫਾ ਨੀ ਮਿਲਦਿਆ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਦੱਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਮੈਂ ਗੁਨਾ
Keep going.
ਬਾਜੋ ਤੇਰੇ ਪਲ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਜੱਟੀ ਨੇ ਸੀ ਸਾਰਿਆ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਸਹਿਬਾ ਨੇ ਸੀ ਆਵੇ ਮਿਲਦਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਲਾਈਆਂ ਤੌਮਤਾਂ
Throwing a little bit of Carlton in there.
yeah, exactly.
Go. A favorite food that describes you?
Golgappe. Love it.
A dance step that describes you.
Double D.
Double D. Okay. A filmy dialogue that describes you.
Oh my God. This is going to be hard. Oh, advocate ਢਿੱਲੋਂ ਨੇ ਕਾਲਾ ਕੋਟ ਐਵੇਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਇਆ ਠੰਡ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਪਾਇਆ
Okay, I don't know what that is, but that is genius. What is that from?
It's a funny line from like, I think it's called Giddha and Giddha, the film. It's such a funny Punjabi film, but some of the lines in there have me floored.
Okay, carry on, Jatta. Can you please,
Hmm.
please, please, after this, message me that because I will
Yeah.
forget. I genuinely don't mean this. I mean this, like, seriously.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
DDLJ or Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham?
DDLJ.
Hello?
DDLJ.
Kajal or Rani?
Rani.
Hot cha on a rainy day in Punjab or on a snowy day in London?
Oh, Punjab. Come on.
Gulab jamun or jalebi?
Jalebi.
Pav bhaji or gobi ke parathe?
Gobi ke parathe.
Trackies or salwar and kurta?
Salwar and kurta.
Lastly, we're going to play this game. You
Hmm.
have a brilliant circle of friends, a brilliant, brilliant circle of friends, some of which whom I might miss right now. So I'm just going to say sorry in advance. This is your last movement challenge. What I'm
Okay.
going to do is I'm going to throw names your way, and you have to do a move that best describes them. Okay?
Okay. Right. Let's try this again.
All right. Sandeep is your first person.
Oh,
Okay?
Sandeep.
Describe Sandeep in a move. Okay.
I hope I can do
Simran.
it justice. Simran. Simran's got to be.
Jasneet.
Ooh, just thought. We'll do the. What's the last one, Jack?
Oh, Fasilat. All right, cool. I'm going to now show you a picture because I'm not going to lie, I went on the Tohr PD page and y'all don't tag each other, so I couldn't stalk everybody. So let's
Yeah.
just, before I show you the picture,
Hmm.
Harry, let's just do Harry because Harry's the guy who inspired you.
Oh my God, Harry is like boom, 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 boom.
All right, cool. So I'm going to show you this picture and we're going to work from corner to corner. This
Okay.
dude over here. Who's this dude?
That is. Can I see a Branny?
Branny. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna try and do something funny. He's a funny guy, so we'll
Okay.
give him a little chicken dance.
Okay. This lady over here with the specs.
Marisha, we'll do.
Fumania. Is that
Fumria.
Fumania? Are you
Yeah.
doing Fumania?
Oh no, no,
Okay.
no. That
This
was good.
this dude over here.
I'm struggling to see. I don't know who that is at the back. I think
Okay.
it's. Oh, I
This.
think. Yeah, I don't know. Simran. Okay, I've done Simran.
Okay. I thought Simran had blonde hair. She's the lady who lifts weights, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Bloody hell,
She
mate! You make
is.
me. You
She's
make me
well
feel.
talented.
Bro, you make if Simran's watching this, you make me feel like a puny little boy. I thought I could bench press hard or squat. Okay, that's you. This
Yeah.
dude over here near the flowers.
Cam. We're gonna go. There we go.
This dude over here who's got a lot of sass and attitude, I feel.
Yeah. Ranj. I'm trying to think. We'll give Ranj Punjab.
Okay, cool. The dude over here that looks really shy, he looks like he doesn't want to be in this picture and he's forced. I'm not gonna lie about that as well.
I'm trying to think. Oh, we'll give him Fulmania.
Okay, cool. This dude over here who's trying to creep in, he's trying to like let me in.
I can't actually see who that dude is at the back. Are you sure
Okay,
he's a
well then
part of the
let's
crew? Or is he just
maybe he's just like y'all are at Oceana and he's just like what?
Yeah. Literally.
This lady over here.
It's Chantel. We're gonna go. What should we give Chantel? We'll do this. Nice big round move.
Nice one. Who is this dude over
Oh,
here?
Bobby. We'll give Bobby Biddy.
Nice one. And then this dude over here who's very proud. He looks like
Jag.
an alpha.
Jag will give Punjab. Nice.
Nice one.
There
Well
you go.
done.
Thank you. I
Well
worked
done.
up a sweat there.
I am very proud of you. I want you to know that. I will
Thank
say
you.
the Boliyan part was my favorite.
No, you really tested me there.
I think spitting bars, that's going to be a new thing. I think that should be added. Freestyle Boliyan, that should go
Freestyle
up
bullying,
there.
yeah. I'm gonna have to
Freestyle
take it
ball.
off my profile. They're gonna be like, "What is she on about? What
No,
is that
mate, no,
bully?"
mate. No, mate, that's going to be that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Talk to me quickly about upcoming projects that you actually, before we do upcoming projects,
Mhm.
I do this thing with everybody on their birthdays usually, but I think I said this to you in the note that I said peaks and valleys. So, a
Mhm.
peak in your life up till now, it can be personal, it can be work, it can be whatever. that has taught you a valuable lesson, and what was it? And then a valley, which was the lowest point in your life. What was it, and what lesson did it teach you?
Okay. Wow, that is deep. Can I just sip my tea?
Nah, mate, we're gonna do this.
Peaks and valleys. Peaks, I've does it have to be a specific moment, or what are we
It can
looking
be
for
like,
here?
I don't know, this year was like really
Yeah.
challenging for me, and I went through a lot of troubles, and that year taught me, you don't have to even tell me exactly what happened, but you can be like,
hmm
2007 was really difficult for me.
I mean, it's starting, like, to be honest, the biggest thing I've had to do is relocate my whole life to somewhere where
Yeah,
I didn't know anybody, and had to build a foundation from scratch pretty much. And that was 2012. So that was like, it was a great year because obviously, you get married and everything. But I think I didn't realize everything that comes with marriage, and the actual
yeah.
reality of it. So I would say probably that as my
What lesson
peak.
did you learn from that?
Don't rush into getting married.
It
Yeah,
costs
take
a
your time,
lot.
ladies. Literally.
uh,
Mhm.
and a valley.
A valley.
Wait, I can't hear
I
you.
feel you.
Hello?
Sorry, my battery's low.
Oh God.
Can you hear
Well, we're
me?
ending soon, don't worry. Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, a valley.
Okay. A valley. Probably a few years ago, just kind of like things not going to plan. We had a pretty shit year, like just in general, to be honest. Things not going to plan.
Yeah,
Plans not working out. And so I think the one thing I've learned is just having a good support network around, like people in your life that will help you kind of get through. And obviously dancing's like been a massive kind of help, mentally and physically as well.
yeah.
So,
All right. Before we talk about any upcoming projects, I just want
mhm.
to ask, do you feel, what advice would you give to somebody? Because I think you and I spoke about this. You said you wish you would have gone to Bhangra full time, or you wish you would have gone into the arts full time and things like
Yeah.
that. But let's say, I think it still exists, like boys and girls growing up in like the South Asian community who
hmm
want to go into the arts, and still to this day, sometimes in their support network, they'll be like, maybe you should get like a side job and then do this on the side because there's no realistic career in this.
hmm
What advice would you give to somebody who's kind of like struggling, a who wants their bread and butter and everything to be dance, whether that's Bhangra
Yeah.
or whether that's Giddha, whether that's Boliyan or whatever it is? What would you give
I
that
think,
person that advice? Boys or girls, but girls in
yeah.
specifically, I
I
feel,
think
because
for girls, yeah, definitely for girls, I would say, um, be prepared to go through the hardships. It's not all going to be, obviously, people know it's not plain sailing. And if you're going through the struggles, that's a part of your growth. And like, embrace that, embrace your struggles, because you'll look back and think, yeah, I went through that and this is where I am today. And I think it's just constantly looking forward, keeping focused on your own goal, and don't look, dying by like Sajjay Khabbe, don't look at anybody else and what's going on and how much they're progressing. Because sometimes it can be quite deflating when you can see somebody else doing really well and you're not making the same sort of progress. Focus on yourself, like grow your own grass and embrace your struggles. That's probably the only piece of advice I could give, really.
go on for that. Motivational speaker is no longer going
Thank
to
you.
be dance with underscore MVR. The M stands for motivational.
Motivational. Yeah, exactly.
Motivational, not for Mandeep anymore. But yeah, let's go on to upcoming projects and what you got in the pipeline. You Instagram influencer.
So there's obviously a couple of things, like I mentioned, the t-shirt collab that I probably will do at some point. But dancing wise, I don't know if you guys have heard of Tabla Fusionist. He's an
In
amazing
Canada?
tabla player. Yes, he's an amazing tabla player. I think he's from Canada. But he's
Dude with
actually,
glasses, right? He wears glasses
yeah,
if I'm correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's done like an actual tabla beat onto a song. So I'll be creating some choreo on that pretty soon. And definitely a lot more like little mini kind of videos, teaching footwork, teaching basics, just something for people to kind of take away from my page as well and go out and kind of learn little things. And there's been a few people get in touch, like to do collabs and things like that. It's just right now it's a bit dark to do videos outside, so I have to wait until the weekend. But yeah, so there'll be definitely a lot more videos coming. I want to plan them out properly, and I don't want to just put loads of stuff out there. So yeah.
I understand. Well, I would love to do a collab. I know this has been a collab where you teach me. I want to do Giddha
Okay.
and Boliyan at the same time.
Yeah.
If we could, me.
Yeah.
I don't mean to joke about this, but when you're next in London, even if it's for a cha, just message me, and I would love to do a little video.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's
That
do
sounds
it.
good.
Here for it, and that way I won't get blamed for stealing moves, which are not stealing.
Oh, bless him. He's funny. Funny guy.
Any ending notes? Anything you want to say?
Just thank you for the opportunity. It's been great
Oh my
speaking
God.
to you. I've had a great time. So yeah,
Stop it.
it's been nice.
You are too nice. You're too sweet. Seriously, you're too sweet. Thank you so much. And I hope this
Thank
doesn't
you.
end there. And hopefully I get to meet you in person one day.
Oh, for sure.
And yeah, so last thing
Yeah.
I just want to ask before we finish this, unless anybody wants to say anything, which is, what is your favorite cha? How do you make it?
I make adrak chai in the mornings.
Yay!
I absolutely love it. Soft, Joanne, Letty, the lot. Every morning.
Go on. A nice, great conversation. Thank you so much. Guys,
Thank you.
if you don't follow Mandeep, please make sure to do that. We got a t-shirt like coming out soon. And she's also going to be doing more videos where she's going to be freestyling Boliyan. So please make sure to DM her all the requests. We'd love to do a chat too, where maybe Sandeep and Jazz can join us and we can do shots. Do you guys remember that, guys? You won't do shots because apparently you don't
No,
drink.
I'll do.
No.
No, Barney will do
You,
me. It's fine.
Barney shot. But thank you so much. I really appreciate this, guys. Next week we have another guest. Thursdays. Make sure to watch out Mandeep's page.
I'm still here.
Sorry, I'm thinking of next week's guest, which is Sandeep apparently.
Okay.
No, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I can't thank you enough.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.